Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Ironman Progress Series. On the last episode, we got 99 thieving and took part in the Hardcore Clan Bingo event. I'm really glad I chose the thieving method I did because it really let me stack up the easy clues. But the Hardcore Bingo event made me want to dip my toes back into PVM, because it's definitely been way too long since I've done any bossing on this account, and my UIM isn't really up to it yet. As I record this clip, Araxxor just came out a few days ago, and I really want to give it a try, so I think I'm going to start hunting for Araxxite tasks. I don't really like doing Turiel skipping, so I'm not going to be messing with that, and if there's any other boss tasks I get, I might give them a try. For example, if I get Dagonoths, I might go do DKs, because I still need a Sire coal for that clue step. Anyway, with all that said, let's get started. So, I had forgotten that I started going for the Voidwaker after I lost my status. I currently have a Bear's task from at least 6 months ago, and somehow I have 0 points. So, it's gonna be a while before we can start skipping tasks. Oh yeah, let's take a look at the Artio and Callisto log. We have 22 Artio kills, and haven't really got anything, but we don't really deserve anything either. But we can at least scout it now. Well, that didn't take too long, 4 minutes later, and we're already being attacked for the first time. This one doesn't feel too serious, I think he's just trying to get me out of the caves. But I'm definitely prepared to get attacked a few more times during this task. 50 KC check-in, and we are rewarded with a Laren's Key. Sorry for the random gauntlet clip, but I've been doing some daily gauntlets just to keep up with it, and we get a Crystal Weapon Seed. Kind of hurts, but that's our first one. And I've just been doing a few daily gauntlets, like I mentioned, and we just passed 100 KC. I think once I hit drop rate for the enhanced seed, I might start hard focusing gauntlet, but for now I'm content just to do a handful a day. And that's enough Artio for me. I think I'm going to go finish off the task at normal bears. This is painful. Not good content for someone with ADD as bad as mine. Oof, I've been wondering when I'd get this step. I really don't like Tithe farm, but they did just update it to make it a lot less annoying, so I think I'm gonna go for it. It'll be good to have this stash build anyway. Like I mentioned, I'm not the biggest fan of Tithe farm, so imagine my dismay when I see a system update. I don't think there's gonna be a rollback, but imagine. And that should be enough points to do it. I am a pretty big fan of the Tithe farm update, actually. It's a lot less painful when you're not competing with other people. Other people used to get really annoyed if you played Tithe farm inefficiently. So I just have to, what do I do, right click? Yeah. And that should be a collection log slot, Farmer's Straw Hat. Looks kind of cool, but it lets us complete this stash unit. Thankfully, we already have many Pyromancer robes. Well, I mentioned earlier that if a boss task came up, I would consider doing it, and I got Abyssal Demons. I thought, why not learn Sire? I have 0 KC. I've never done this on any account before. I just watched a quick little YouTube guide, and I'm pretty excited. Here's my little mage switch. The last phase is the only thing that seems kind of scary, but I think I can manage it. Alright, first time taking a crack at Sire. And yeah, let's get started. Why isn't that doing anything? Smoke. Oh, do I have to use... Okay, never mind. I thought it would be smoke to make him go back to sleep. But I guess that's not it. Let's look at the wiki again. Alright, I have the right spells this time. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of forgot shadow spells even existed. So let's give it a try. Not off to a great start. Alright, and dealing with events definitely seems a little bit more painful with Trident as opposed to Bofa. Alright, and this last phase really is what made me worried. Ouch. I'm sure this will seem easy after a few KC. Ow, dude. I'm really the kind of person that learns by doing. And this is why I never tried it when I had my hardcore status. And there we go, our first KC. The loot is every bit as bad as I was led to believe. 25 binding necklaces. Alright. That was a bit of a sloppy kill, but I definitely think I can get the hang of that. Oh hey, we got a combat task. Don't whip me. I guess that means I didn't get hit in the beginning phase. I kinda don't even remember that. And there's don't stop moving. I like getting combat tasks just so I stop getting the combat task failed messages. Alright, perfect Sire. I wasn't going for that, and the food drop is very nice. I still have another food drop in my inventory. And 20 KC makes us an Abyssal Adept. Man, this thing is great for combat achievement points. Oh my god, 40 KC, we get our first unsired. Okay, I think we have to use this right away. I don't think you can hold on to it, because I think you can get dupe drops if you have multiple unsireds, so... Alright, I'm such a spoon. Let's see what I get. I deserve an Abyssal Head. Oh my god. Okay, 40 KC, we get our first bludgeon piece. Oh my god, we are such a spoon, dude. We still have 162 to go. We could get another unsired this task easy. And 50 KC makes us an Abyssal Veteran, which I think is the last KC task. I think I might be able to knock out the rest of the combat achievements this task. None of them really seem that bad. Sorry for the random agility clip, but I have been doing agility in the background when I don't have the time to do Slayer, like when I'm working on my UIM. And at long last, level 90 agility. We can now use the Artio course. I've been told that that course is pretty AFK, so I'm kind of excited to try it out. But yeah, I'm pretty reclined. I've just been running laps in my Slayer gear. And there's They Grow Up Too Fast. I just had to get lucky with the Crystal Halberd specs for that one. And I finally got lucky and killed Sire entirely with specs. Okay, so this task is kind of a weird one. I had to look up a guide on YouTube. With my trident, I don't really have the stats to do all the vents in one down. But there is a method. There's a safe spot where the whips can't hit you. For 2 of them, so I'll just have to do 2 of them in one down, which I can do pretty routinely. But definitely not worth doing, because you see, even if I get a big XP drop, I hit for like 1 or 2. So this is going to take a while. And as soon as this respiratory system goes down, I can put Sire to sleep and really quickly knock out the remaining 2. As long as I don't get too unlucky with hits, I shouldn't have any problems, but this was pretty chill, and hopefully it works. Very nice. Respiratory Runner. That was the last task that kind of worried me, so I think I can finish the rest of them this task, no problem. So I wasn't keeping track, and it turns out I only have 1 more task at Sire. And that's the one where I have to cast Venge, Demonic Rebound. This one's definitely not too bad, but I did have to remember to bring Spellbook Swap. Alright, this one doesn't seem too bad. The only thing I'm really worried about is that I cast Venge, and one of the minions hits me. Oh, of course, I have them set to walk here. That's going to be annoying. But I'm going to try to chin them so that doesn't happen. Okay, you know what? This isn't happening. I'm just gonna cast Venge, and if I die, I die. I'm gonna be pretty annoyed if one of them hits me out of it, but trying to chin all of them with them set to walk here is just not worth it. And here we go. Worth it. I died. I gotta do the Walk of Shame now. But that is every Sire task completed. And let's just take a look real quick to make sure. Bosses. There we go. That looks really nice. And the Walk of Shame. Let's see how much it's going to cost. Thankfully, nobody's fighting Sire right now. And hopefully it doesn't cost too much to get our stuff back. 225k. Not bad. I had the wrong account focused, so I missed the recording, but there's 100 KC. Wow, okay, almost exactly 100 kills later, we get our second unsired. I think our first one was at like 40 KC. So, a little bit dry. Can I complain? Definitely not. Can we get our second bludgeon piece, or do we just get a whip? And we get a whip. That's what I deserve, honestly. Dude, are you kidding me? Unsired number 3. Okay, I definitely don't deserve this. Let's see what we get. Oh my god. Okay, that's 2 out of 3 for the bludgeon. I think we're gonna have the bludgeon before we do Araxxor. That is awesome, man. 166 KC, 2/3 of a bludgeon. That is crazy. Alright, and this is going to be our last kill. We're going to end off at 201 KC. He is a tanky boy. I shouldn't have started recording this clip. There we go. Okay. And being up with some Earth Orbs. That was pretty good Slayer XP, honestly. We ended up getting 131k XP for that task, although it did take like a week. But 2/3 of a bludgeon and a whip, definitely not going to complain there. The non-unsired loot is pretty good too, almost 10 mil. Although definitely money doesn't really matter in an Ironman after you have your construction cape and all that. Back on the hunt for an Araxxor task, no luck yet, and of course I can't afford the extension, so as soon as I can I'm going to unlock that. Okay, that is a pretty short task, but 78 Araxxites. I am pretty excited to learn it at least. And I'm going to go ahead and buy long rope to make the shortcut. I don't know, man. This is still a pretty annoying run, even with a shortcut. Okay, in the previous clip, I was pretty pathetically lost, but apparently Araxxor's lair is right here in the entrance. I have no idea how I missed it. I'm just using rune javelins, but I also brought the assembler, so I'm going to see if I can one-hit it. I didn't feel like doing DPS calcs. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of dragon javelins, and I also don't have rigor unlocked, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to one-hit any of the Araxxites. Which, not a huge deal, but that does mean some of the combat tasks are going to be impossible. I don't know, maybe I could bring Anguish and a range pot, but that seems kind of extra for what should be a pretty laid-back boss. Well, I kind of failed to take into account how little venom resistance you actually get from anti-venom, so I think I gotta make anti-venom pluses. And we should be starting the enrage phase now. There we go. If I die, I blame the Mr. Mammal video. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, yep, that's pretty embarrassing. I guess I should watch some more guides. I have no idea how to do that phase. Okay, there we go. I was trying to attack too soon last time. Dang, that is a nice Slayer XP drop. Pretty slow kill, 2 minutes 40. But we are rewarded with 250 death runes. Yeah, I think this is just going to be a 1kc trip for now. And there's our first collection log of the task, hopefully of many. Araxxor Venom Sacs. I don't think I'm ready to make super anti-venom extendeds, so I'm just going to leave them as anti-venom pluses for now since I'm just doing 1kc trips. And there's our second collection log, Spider Cave Teleport. Pretty nice. I wish I had more prayer pots because I think I could have stayed and done a second kill. Starting to use way less food now. And 25 KC makes us an Araxxor veteran. Our kill time is slowly getting lower, but it's going to be pretty tough to get it too low with the Dragon Hunter Lance as our crush weapon. Unfortunately, I messed up the recording, so I missed the clip of getting the combat task, Araxxor. And as the name implied, it is pretty relaxing. Pretty easy task. Okay, so I think I've done it. There we go. Swimming in Venom. I have no idea how that's a Grandmaster task. That was pretty easy. Alright, I'm gonna do Let It Seep In. That seems like a pretty tedious task. I just have to kill it without ever being immune to Venom. Honestly, this wasn't such a bad task. I just have to get through the Enrage phase. Sometimes if I run out of anti-venom and I'm on my second or third kill of the trip, I'll just be stingy and not drink another dose, so I'm pretty used to being venomed here. It is a bit annoying when it gets up to like 20, but I have like no Torstals, so... And that should do it. Let it seep in. And checking in at 50 KC. Rewarded with some nice alks. Oh my god, is that a halberd piece? That is crazy. 54 KC, we get our first halberd piece. Oh my god, I don't deserve that. And that was a pretty lucky kill, 135. $75 KC makes us an Araxxor Master. And this is going to be the last kill of the task. Hopefully by the time I get another task I have the extension unlocked because it feels kind of bad to have to leave off at 70 KC. This task did take more than a week in real life though because I got hit by Hurricane Helene. Obviously not as bad as North Carolina, but I did lose power for a few days. Although I did use that time to farm Torstals on mobile, so I am set for anti-venom pluses now. And the regular loot, nothing to really write home about, but for 70 kills, 3 million in GP is not bad at all. I finally have enough points to unlock the Araxxor extension, and I definitely want to do that. I could pretty easily see going over 1000 KC to complete the halberd, so unfortunately the Slayer cape did not pull through. Although Hellhounds, huh? Alright, I have been running laps in the background. The Varlamore Agility course just came out, and I think I'm going to go from the Varlamore Graceful. It's not my favorite set, but I do think it would be pretty cool to have all the Graceful sets complete in the POH. Maybe that's the UIM in me. Alright, we finally have enough termites to do the Graceful recolor. If the wiki is correct, then I just need to buy this once. Hopefully I don't need 650 termites times 6. Alright, so here's our graceful. We have to unequip it, of course. And why? Okay, there we go. Okay, it just does it all at once. And we get like 6 collection log slots. Very nice. Oh my. I am not a fan of that set. Okay, it's mostly the hat that I don't like. Everything else is kind of cool, actually. This is the closest I'll get to having abs, so I might as well enjoy it. And we've saved up 950 more termites. I wish I had started a tracker because I have no idea how much experience I got from that. We're going to go ahead and buy the teleport scroll and drop it because I don't really have bank space for it. And the calcified acorn, even though we don't have the giant squirrel. And that is Colossal Worm Agility Greenlogged. I think I'm going to go for that on my UIM as well, except maybe not the acorn since I don't have the pet either, and I'd have to drop it. Well, the Colossal Worm course was a nice little diversion, and I kind of can't wait to do that on my UIM because it's way better than Abyssal, which I've just been doing for collection log purposes. It is pretty nice to be back at Artie, although it is pretty annoying that I fail this so much. Anyway, there's level 91 agility. We can now do whatever shortcut that is. And in just one more level, we can go back to Hollowed Sepulchre and try our hand at the Ring of Endurance. I've never done floor 5, so I'm pretty scared and excited. And with all that said, that is going to do it for this episode. I enjoyed stepping back into PVM. I kind of missed it, and like I said, my UIM isn't really ready for it, so if it's going to be done, it's going to be on this account. We managed to rack up 2/3 of a bludgeon and 1/3 of a halberd, which is pretty cool, actually. The bludgeon will be nice if we go back to Araxxor, although I think before I go back to Sire, I want to upgrade Arclight into Emberlight, so next episode I think I'm going to do Wild Gothic Sleeps. Additionally, I think I'm going to go for an agility level every episode, and that's going to be an increasingly more difficult goal as the experience required goes up. I have been doing daily corrupted gauntlet runs, and I'm currently up to 141 KC. Like I mentioned, when I get to 400 KC without the enhanced seed, which I don't really expect to get before then, that's when I might hard focus to get the Bofa. I've just been dipping my toes into PVM so far, but if I had the Bofa, that would unlock so much stuff that's just not viable right now. With all that said, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I can't wait to do more PVM in the future. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.